Good morning everybody. It's been a long time since I posted my last video, but here I am. It's the 3rd of July and plants have all been in now, just over 3 weeks, and they're all getting on not too bad at all. Pinched all the tops out over the last couple of days, and managed to get all my nets up, all bar a couple of rows, and they're all starting to look pretty good. I'm ahead of myself this year. Got a double row netting on to try and stop some of the wind damage that I keep getting every year. Keep learning from your mistakes. And there's a few of the varieties I've got this year. They've got some nice Western Corsair and some Western Buccaneer there. They're coming along really nicely as we go down the plot. Got quite a nice lot there of Rycroft Zoe. They're looking really nice, all pretty much the same. Might have to knock some of them back further as we go through the next few weeks, but that won't matter. Need to grow plenty up of those. Further down the plot, I don't mind where I walk. I've got some of my favourites, my Kenora Sunset. They're not looking too bad. A few of them are quite young plants, but they'll get there. And a bit further down, we've got some Hillcrest Duncan Edwards, which got huge great leaves on them. I pinched out half, and I've got another half to pinch out in 2 or 3 days time. I just want to stagger those slightly because I don't need too many large for my early shows, or certainly for my early show. And there's my Kenora Valentine, looking pretty much as good as they usually are for me. Again, I've just pinched out 2 or 3 plants because I only want 1 or 2 blooms for my first show at the end of August, and then I shall pinch the rest out either tonight or next couple of days. Ready for the Kent show and the National if I use any for there. Oh, and just to show, that's all where my sweet peas are. I've cut them all hard this morning, ready for the Kent County show next weekend. Walk back up the plot here and see what else there is. That's all my water lilies there coming along. They're looking quite good. And down this row I've got some Blighton Golden Girl. Again, want to grow plenty of those up on a plant, otherwise they have a habit of going over. Got some Oakwood Goldcrest. I think I've been a bit optimistic with the height of my netting. I think I might have to lower that because it's not a very tall grower. Then I've got some small decks. I think that's a double row of Blighton Everest. I've got some bigger plants, some smaller plants, but that's okay. Growing quite a few of those this year. And I've got that's a double row of Winholm Diane. Again, I've got a few bigger plants and a few smaller ones, but hopefully that'll stagger through the season. Just got a double row of Hillcrest Candy and a double row of Clates Candy, which are looking really good. But just a word of advice: make sure you put plenty of slug pellets down, especially when it's ever so wet, because otherwise that's what happens. Yeah, that one's been set back a little. I might replace it yet. I've got a spare plant at home. So yeah, they're looking. It's not looking too shabby this year at the moment. Like I say, I'm ahead of myself. Got all the nets up. Just a couple of rows left to do. I've run out of posts, so I've got to get some more posts. And the last few over this side. I know I've got tidying up to do, never ending job. And then I've got these are all my miniature decks, some of my miniature decks and miniature ball. That's this newish one, Blight & Shiraz, and then I've got some Blight & Valentine up the end there, a few water lilies down the front, some cameo. And then I've got 2 double rows of Mary's Germander, which again looking quite nice. Again, might have to knock 1 or 2 more back a bit later on, but that won't matter. And then there's some Germander, and then a few odds and sods over at the other side. A couple of new rows I made up, but yeah. So a lot to be getting on with, but I think I'm up to date at the moment. Okay, see you in a couple of weeks' time.